being like a place where people just like just appear.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just gonna like
comically.
yeah, I'm just gonna try to like anyways tuck myself back further away from these guys. In kind of right in the middle section of like behind, in between the Bilby sections. Like back away from them.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, I can do it if I just dip into the Maelstrom.
Okay.
And Final
Yep.
Fantasy.
So you come in, and Sherman is sitting talking to the man described earlier with blue suit, blue glasses, and a blue tie. Just sitting and sipping on what looks to be a mocha latte.
Yeah, and I think I'm like looking at my hand and it's like healing up. Like it's a burned, nasty like hand and it's just like slowly going up, like just fixing itself.
So while you guys are
Hey,
sitting on
Everett.
like steel outdoor chairs that might be seen at like a fine Parisian restaurant, he's sitting in an armchair and he's like, "Ah, Henrik, my good friend, thank you for joining us. Please sit down."
Henrik, I want to introduce you to my friend, Red.
Fred, no, my name is Hades.
I'm like,
Excellent.
okay, nice to meet you. And I'm like looking at my hand.
So there's two guys unconscious, right? Just in the Bilby. Flames are licking up, and they're just like, I like this too. It's very nice.
I sit down and yeah, there's probably like an espresso for me.
Of course. It's actually the Zoolander one. It's the Frappa Orange
Frappa mocha.
Orange
Frappa
mocha
mocha
frappuccino.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Like, it's delicious.
Yeah,
I think that the
while
black and white
outside-
TV is still hovering there, and it's just moving in a 360, and it's showing what's happening outside your bodies. Where these security guards are like advancing on Gaza. You see Henrik's body is like stumbling. It's stuck in between the Bilby's cab and the back of the Bilby. And it's like blocking the door from closing. And Liz is like pulling guns out. That's what you see. And the man is just like, well, things seem to be getting exciting here. Well, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm gonna love punching these dudes.
I kind of just like I like look over to Sherman like with wide eyes, just like no idea.
Hey, do you know anything about this bounty that's on our heads?
Oh, yes, of course. I know everything about it.
I put it there.
That's probably true. Care to elaborate? Or...
Oh, well, I mean, you asked me a very specific question. You asked me, did I know? The answer is yes. Is there something else you'd like to know?
Yeah. What else do you know?
I would like to specifically know what type of organization is behind the actual price that's going to be paid.
So, yeah, you guys keep asking him questions. He's like, gentlemen, there's a way of doing these things. I thought you'd realize that by now. We've been working together for so long. You can't just ask me questions. You have to offer me something.
Can I read a situation?
Yes.
Okay.
Arthur, can I get XP real quick? Yes.
That's not actually a highlighted stat.
No, it is not? Okay.
No. Surprise.
I thought you rolled weird to read a situation.
No, you roll sharp.
I thought you rolled weird.
No, I roll sharp.
Okay. What moves have you swapped over to roll weird now?
Seduce and manipulate, right?
Manipulate.
Okay, manipulate.
It
Just
only-
manipulate, not seduce.
Just
Oh,
manipulate.
right.
Yeah.
And I have seduce.
Yep.
There's
Am I
Ebony
reading a
and
situation
Ivory.
or a person? Because I'm not entirely sure if this is actually a person.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think you can choose. Your
Okay.
frame of reference depends on which question you're actually asking.
All right. I think I've caught on to the fact that this guy isn't, or at least I don't think he's a person.
He's a physical manifestation of the Maelstrom. I'm letting you know out of character so
Okay.
that in character you can make a decision that you don't know that, but I'm just telling you.
So I kind of felt, yeah. So I kind of feel like this is a weird situation that, and he's a
Really?
He's a-
This is a weird situation? I
mean, like,
don't
the-
think so.
the focus of this situation is not necessarily him; it's where we are. So I am going to ask the question.
How do you get your blues so blue? I mean, when you wash them, don't they fade a little bit? Like,
What is my enemy's true position?
This is a new suit.
I want to ask you a question. Who do you consider to be an enemy in this situation?
That's what I'm asking.
That's not what you're at. I mean, you're asking what's your enemy's true position. So who's your enemy?
the
so
fire.
What's interesting is you can name a bunch of stuff because you're watching a TV monitor where things are happening outside of the maelstrom.
Okay, then let me rephrase to which enemy is my biggest threat.
Which enemy is your biggest threat? Okay, yeah. I think you're like looking at him and you just start seeing things flash behind him. You see like the words like Anzac, and then you see like Purity, and then New Zealand, and then Utopia, Paradise, and then Paradise starts flashing a lot. It's like you're looking into the Matrix, right? You're literally reading like lines of code behind him, and the word Paradise keeps coming up over and over again.
Okay.
So your biggest threat is Paradise, whatever that is.
Okay.
Yeah, and as you're doing it, he's just smiling at you, and he's just like, "So do you?
Wait.
You actually have a question for me, or you're just going to stare at my lapel?"
What is Paradise?
He's just like, "That's still not how we do things."
I'm like.
You
look,
asked me to ask you a question.
I want to reach up. I want to reach up.
He starts like doing this, and he's like,
Okay.
"Sherman, we've known each other for so long. You know the rules, and so do I."
All right, Virgil wants to do something.
Yeah, I just want to reach up and like grab another espresso and like pass it over to him, and I'm like, I know you can get, we're here, we can just take what we want, but if you want something interesting, how about this? And I want to reach into the maelstrom and just release like the full memory of my epic sex session from the first session we had.
So
first
this
campaign.
So you're opening your brain to the psychic
Yeah, and I'm
maelstrom?
not gonna go looking for anything. I'm like just letting this
Okay.
out.
All right. You don't have to roll for that. That's just something that happens.
Oh,
if you're not asking a question, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a shame because that was a good roll.
Yeah, it was a good roll. Maybe you
Perfect
can,
roll.
if you have another weird thing you want to do real quick, I'll let you go ahead and...
I think he has lots of.
Well,
weird
I was
things.
gonna do one more thing if he liked that.
You
I
want to
was just-
seduce the psychic maelstrom?
Yeah, I was just gonna like
It's gonna get real clingy, man. Don't do that.
Oh, someone's talking to someone else. I was like, why are there voices in my house? Yeah, and then I want to like transform into like a crazy like sex god naked in front of him.
Well, if that's your personal self-image, then that's something you do. Yeah,
Nice.
I mean,
Check
you
it
offer
out.
him this memory, and he's just like, Henrik.
I'm like,
I've
"That's the
already
good stuff."
seen this. I've seen this before. I was there.
I was guiding your penis.
There are
Right.
ways to do these things, gentlemen.
You rolled a 15.
Yeah, he like looks at you
slapping
both
him.
very significantly, and while it looks like he's looking between the two of you, he's actually looking directly into the camera, and he says, "You have to open your mind." And then, boom, we cut back to Liz and Gaza. What are the two
Oh
of you
yeah,
doing?
the most interesting.
Liz,
fucking
you've
part
got
of
your
it.
guns out. You've got the
Yeah,
ammunition
Liz.
in them.
Finally.
What do you want to
And
do?
Time for
stroll into the room and say, "Hi, boys. Whatever do you want with a bilby? I'm over here."
Are you
guns in
using
both
dangerous
hands.
and sexy?
Yep.
Okay. I think I just wiped my camera.
It got too hot in there, Arthur. You're like, oh god.
That's not
Wipe
how
it
it
off.
works. What does getting an 11 let you do? Because that seems pretty significant.
I think you get 3 now, don't you? Or you get another hold.
I get 2 holds, and
Who do you want to spend it on? There's 3 men that are currently scaling the side of the Bilby attempting to stun gun Gaza. And then there's Exit, who's like just screaming orders at everyone in the bay.
What is he actually screaming? What is
He's
his
saying
order?
like, put the fire out, somebody knock the old man out. Gaza, what are you doing? You can't run your car into the back of the damn hangar.
Well, then put the fire out, mate, you crazy goober.
I'm trying! Liz, who are you stunning with your magic power?
Whoever's I think is an actual danger to Gaza. Who's
that
going with
sounds like you would need to read a situation. If you don't have a decision, you can read a situation to determine that.
Well, I mean, is there somebody close to the door?
Yeah, there's like one person who's currently inside. He's on the passenger side, and he's starting to reach over and jam a cattle prod at Gaza.
Mate, if you put that shit anywhere near me, I'm gonna knock your fucking block off.
Yeah, that guy's gonna be suddenly like, and start staring at me.
Yeah, basically, if we flash back like 5 minutes ago, Gaza is furiously putting on his clothes. Liz isn't.
No, not really.
So there you go. That should give everyone a basic idea.
She gets out the door first, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, Liz, you need your whatever.
Yeah, okay. He's about to stun Gaza in the neck, and then he like looks over at you and he's like, huh. The other two guys are like, what are you doing, Jenkins? They start like grabbing his legs to pull him out of the thing. Like the cab.
I think you guys should deal with the big problem of the fire, and not with Gaza here.
Sounds like you're trying to manipulate them.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Your voice is so weird when you're doing this, man.
Yeah, I know. So weird.
All right, you got a 7, huh? All right. Let's see what the consequences for your failure are.
Oh, it's partially a succeed,
Partial
mate.
success.
Yeah.
Okay. They ask you to promise something first, and do it if you promise. Okay, you're telling them to put out the fire. They
put out the fire, and then Gaza won't need to just go start up the car.
Yeah.
What are they going to ask you to promise?
Come over and help.
That I won't drive the Bilby through their entire fucking airplane. Because I will.
So I think that Exit's like, listen, we'll get to full firefighting capabilities if you promise to keep Gaza under control. We need some.
That.
Yeah, they say we need some concrete assurance right now. You have to keep Gaza under control.
I have a place where Gaza can stick it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, you got to provide them concrete assurance.
Gaza?
I will point out, you could literally freeze Gaza right now and paralyze them.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you have enough hold to do that, I suppose.
I could do that. I could also just ask you in character, hey, Gaza, come on now, let them do their job, and we can just... Seems like they've got things under control.
Sounds like you're trying
Is
to
anybody else worried about the Battle Babe de-escalating the situation?
Nah, she wants to get her rocks off, man. That's all she wants.
So, what's your response there, Gaza?
She
already said she isn't rolling for anything. This isn't a move. She's just asking you to not do it.
So here's what I imagine happens if this is going to succeed. You have to walk into the cab and you have to basically fuck Gaza in the cab in order to stop him from doing what he's going to do.
What about rule number 2?
It's the fucking cab, man. The cab's fine.
Well, now that that's been clarified.
Yeah. I mean, like, so I imagine it's like one of those things where it's like,
are you sharing this?
Gaza,
are you sharing this to her in a significant glance? You look at her, she looks at you, and you've shared this information psychically?
I think it's Gaza's car, so fuck the rules, right?
No, I mean literally, like, how are you? She tells you to not, you know, gun the engine, and you're immediately like, okay, if you come in here and I let you fuck me.
It's nothing like that. It's literally like they say you have to control Gaza, and then Gaza's and then she just like stops what she's doing, walks over to the cab, jumps in there. And
how would she know to do that? I mean, she's asking you.
She's a battle babe. She just does what she wants.
Well, then let's ask Thor. Is that something that you want to have Liz do?
Yeah, I'm telling you out of character. That's really the only way that you can stop Gaza from.
Sounds like you have to read a person to know that, though.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty reasonable.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
You could just paralyze him. Just want to throw that out.
I could paralyze him, but I want to keep that in case I need it. for some of the other people.
The old man is now paralyzed. What's up?
Yeah, you know, because the situation might escalate, and I might want to paralyze somebody while I go and go.
Can
on
I
the
just
shooting
imagine this situation? You're banging Gaza in the front of his car.
That hasn't
And you're
happened
also-
yet. Chill.
You're also
chill your
like
moves.
freezing. You're also freezing people with your battle dangerous and sexy move while that's happening, and it's just like this weird like
There's one.
this weird situation like something out of a porno, and it's like
and like Henrik's like, why am I missing this?
yeah.
Amazing.
Okay.
You're basically unconscious, like drinking tea with two dudes in the ether right now.
Yeah, Liz,
That's how you're missing
you
that
go
shit.
to read the situation. You're locking eyes with Gaza, trying to figure out what's happening. And that's when Exit reaches over and, like, takes the magazine out of your gun. He just hits the ejection button.
Still one bullet in there, bro.
One bullet in there.
I look at him and I make a little pouty face.
He's like, I'm not going to let you bring a live gun on a aircraft. How did you even get into that box?
I look at.
That's secure American technology.
I look
back,
at.
it says made on Taiwan on the fucking door or whatever.
I look at him. I spend my second hold. I look at him. Exit. What the fuck are you looking at? My tits are down here.
You're looking at two different people at once. Okay. All right, Gaza. It's down to you. Everybody else is locked. Now, Liz is looking at two people at once, has a gun with only one bullet in it, and the two guys are pulling out their comrade.
Tell me about the fire.
guns.
What's happening with the fire?
There are people putting the fire out for you. They're definitely...
Are they winning?
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, can I bring Gaza into the maelstrom with us?
Fuck no.
He would have to do it himself.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not touching the maelstrom, man. Are you kidding me? That place is creepy.
I mean, I have the augury move, which lets me.
Yeah, but you're
Do
in the
stuff
maelstrom right now, right?
He's not a follower. He's
I know
not
what I
your
wanna do
follower,
next
and he's
year.
not in your workspace, so no.
Okay. So it does look like they're winning.
Oh yeah, the people are like, okay, we got it out now. But the guy beside you is literally about to stun truncheon you in the neck.
He's like it's coming in, sort of thing.
Yeah, he's like, sir, turn the engine off!
He's still staring at me.
There were three guys, and only one of them staring at you. They threw him on the ground, and he's like, literally on the ground, stun truncheon still out, looking sideways, just staring directly at you in the fetal position.
So here's what I would do. I will, in the same motion as turning off the car or the Bilby, I will open the door, pushing the guy away.
Okay. It sounds like you're trying to seize by force. Right?
Sure, that seems about right. Seize by force, him not hitting me.
Yeah. Well, what you're seized by force is his physical body to throw out of the cab.
All right, so basic moves is
Roll plus hard.
hard. Okay, and then we add 2 from my car. Yeah.
Liz, would you like to aid or interfere with this? Because I think you might be in a position to do that.
That sounds like a good idea.
How are you aiding or interfering?
I think I'm aiding by the fact that half their team is staring at me. And
Yeah, but you have to aid on this specific action somehow.
I rolled a 10 anyway.
I'm not sure I can aid him in kicking somebody out of the car.
You
when
could,
I'm,
like, menacingly wave your gun in his direction, right?
Or just call the guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you could literally be like, "Hey, over here!" Yeah. Go ahead and roll your hex with Gaza.
Okay. Well,
2d6 plus X, whatever that is.
that's the same as cool. So,
Nice. So that's a 13, then?
Yep.
well,
No,
10.
that's a 10.
10.
No. I get a 13.
Yes, because you get the plus
Yeah.
1 plus you get your car.
Yeah. Yep.
And Rick is a brainer. Someone's asking what you guys are playing. Yeah, okay, you succeed by a lot. You definitely just, because you're a gang, you literally, like, throw this guy out, and he's like, ah! And then he Hollywood physics just sails through the air unrealistically for like 10 feet before hitting a stack of cardboard boxes that shatters under his weight, but does no damage to him.
Yeah.
They were empty
get out of
but
the car.
stacked.
And maybe they got like the stun runs putting him in him. Like, mate, you put that fucking stick down, or I'm gonna shove it up your ass.
I think we cut back to the Psychic Maelstrom now, where you guys literally have just watched this guy sail backward into the box on the black and white television.
Okay, I want to do a screen wipe on the black and white television. Right?
Okay, yeah, sure.
And I'm like, how about some of this? And I like motion to it. And it's young Henrik. And he's in like his childhood home. And he's like in his room probably. And his dad kicks the door open and comes in and like picks him up and starts shaking him. He's like, "You've been in that fucking maelstrom again." Boom, throws him against the wall, starts slapping him around. His mom comes in, "Honey, no!" grabbing on trying to get Henrik away. Boom, slaps the mom, drags Henrik out. The next scene is like outside of town, and he's like driving me out and like throws me out of the car and like turns around. He's like, "And don't come back."
This is intense.
And like spins out with like a cloud of dust in my face, and I've like smeared dirty like tears all down my face and like blood out of my nose and mouth.
You pick up your violation glove and go your lonely road.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
You're my only
father's-
friend now, violation glove.
your father's
I love
violation
you.
glove falls onto your lap. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
so
man.
throughout the whole thing, his pleasant smile and, in fact, his mocha latte has not, even though he keeps drinking from it, it's not being lowered. It's still like the same frosting coolness level that it's been at. And he's just pleasantly smiling through it. He's like, "Yes, Henrik, I was there for that too."
Can I open my mind to the psychic maelstrom
Yes, you
again?
can. Yeah.
Okay.
In
I
fact,
kinda feel that's what-
you're actually in your workshop, and you could also activate Things Speak. There's lots of things you could do here.
Can I actually touch anything in here?
Yes, you're literally touching the psychic maelstrom right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting metaphysical as fuck.
Okay, so I don't suppose I can like touch this blue guy's like Hades' hand or something to do things speak.
So yeah, you're thinking about it, and he just looks at you, and he's like, "There's no need to physically touch me, Sherman. I'm everywhere."
Because I'm already physically touching you.
I like sip my espresso
And then he's like
and I'm
hugging
like,
you.
"You're delicious."
This is-
Okay, yeah, I'll roll things speak with this.
Yeah.
One question.
Liz, are you marking down like
Yeah, that's experience point.
XP?
Yeah. What's wrong with this, and how might I fix it?
Okay. Your brain becomes flooded with images over and over again. And I think I'm going to have to deploy it. It's time. I've been waiting
You've been waiting for the music.
for sessions. Not the music. It's not the music. It's a specific thing. There's like he like waves his hand at the television when you start like trying to connect to him, and the television changes to like this grainy broadcast, like a satellite link. You can see like it's a U.S. Or it's a United Nations Space Air Command broadcast, and it's got like the routing number and the IP address of the satellite and all this stuff. And it's looking at a space station where this gigantic arc ship is currently taking off and like heading towards the moon. And then someone's face like comes over it, and it's a very gaunt man, and he says, "Attention humanity, we are the Freedom from Want organization. For too long, corporations, governments, politicians, and merchants have controlled the fate of the human race simply because you decided to let them, like the sheep you are. We regret this situation and reject it as it stands. Once the human race moves forward into the stars, it shall do so, shedding the sheen of fat that has overgrown our bodies like a tumor. If you are receiving this broadcast, we say goodbye to you. We have overtaken whatever crew members are not loyal to us aboard the United Nations of North American Earth Orbit and Space Defense Agency's ARC ships. The remaining orbital stations will re-enter the atmosphere before this broadcast is finished. Most of the world's satellites were shut down as a result. The nanomachine network that your entire life currently depends on would be shut down as a result. Unfortunately, I'm afraid, in order to prevent you from following us, we have introduced a computer virus into the system. While we do apologize, your lives will be changed as a result. And if one day you re-expand into the stars, we may welcome you as brothers and sisters. Good luck, humanity. And then the broadcast starts fuzzing out, and you see like error warning text and like some sort of like skull within a triangle, and it says like virus next to it. And good night. And then the broadcast cuts out, and Hades looks back over at you and is like, well, that was when I was born. Good times.
Okay, so
the original question is,
sitting-
how might I fix it?
The answer is you're going to have to get rid of the computer virus.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So then what I want to do, now that I've had some time and physical intimacy with it,
You don't have your violation glove anymore, but yeah.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
I've had actual time and physical intimacy,
Sure.
right?
Well,
drank
you've literally had about 30 seconds, but yeah, I'll allow this.
That's all he needs, man.
But it was intimate time. He saw me have sex, and he saw me get beaten by my
Ah,
friend.
now I understand. How did I not think of that before? I should have realized that you were like showing him
Get
your
lawyered
butt.
by Virgil. Get lawyered by Virgil.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Brainer.
Oh,
Tell me about your butts.
tell me about nothing.
Wow, you
I get
totally
nothing.
flubbed that. Did you
And it doesn't
literally
have-
snake eyes that shit?
Yeah, I did.
Holy fuck,
That's
and
my
this was
second
one of the
snake
most
eyes.
important roles of the campaign right there.
Out of
Yeah,
curiosity,
I was so excited to ask
could
those
I
questions.
aid that for him?
Yeah, but it's only going to bump it up one.
Can anyone
Six.
else aid him on that?
Not while he's locked in the psychic maelstrom.
Um,
Gaza and Liz have their own problems right now, friend.
On a miss, I inflict one harm upon my subject to no benefit. So
Yeah.
it can't help that I hurt him.
I
And,
can potentially try to bring
somehow.
Gaza or Liz into the psychic maelstrom.
Fuck no, dude. You handle your own shit.
Perfectly.
This is
reasonable,
about to
yeah.
be your shit too. That's the point.
Yeah, so here's
I don't want to
what,
deal with that. I'm a driver.
here's what happens,
You've got
Gaza.
nanomachines too, bro. They're in all of us. They're in your body. It's
Here's what
weird.
happens, Gaza. We cut back to you. You're
Yeah.
literally still trying to like rev the Bilby up, and then
I
you
pushed the guy out, remember? And then I
yeah,
stepped out.
yeah. But the Bilby's still on, right?
Okay.
Guess what? At the same time that
I did
Henrik's
say
literally
that I turned off the car and opened the door.
okay,
but-
that's fine. At the same time, Henrik's like messing with the maelstrom, and then like does something to the maelstrom. All of the electricity and the entire aircraft shuts down, including inside the Bilby. Your battery is just like
Why are you always fucking with my Bilby, Virgil?
all of the lighting in the aircraft
Why?
goes off
It's
because there's
everything,
no
man. I
fire
just broke
anymore.
Everything.
It's currently completely pitch black inside this locked aircraft.
You
Pretty
two
sure I
have
just-
nothing to do with the Bilby.
Pretty sure I just
Fuck
broke
with
the internet.
Bilby constantly. The fuck's
Technically,
wrong with you
sure.
guys?
Technically, the Bilby's fine.
It's like you don't understand that you live there and you're trying to break it all the fucking time. What's
Look,
wrong
dude,
with you?
I just can't stop rolling fucking snake eyes. You think I like this? I wanted to ask cool questions about the Maelstrom thingy. Lowest moment, I mean, weaknesses, like all this great shit could have happened.
Technically speaking, Arthur, if the Bilby was on, the battery would not go out because the carburetor would.
But
keep
you
it
turned it
flat.
off. You just said you turned it off and stepped outside.
Whatever, man. All right, fine.
Listen, all of the electricity gets pulled out of the vehicle.
Sure, fine. All the electricity.
Everything shuts down. Gaza, Liz, what are you doing? You've now lost eye contact with your subjects, Liz, because they can't see you anymore. Pitch black. People are screaming. People are pushing into you. You hear Exit shouting. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I want my magazine back.
You have a laser sight.
Which all that does is tell everyone else exactly where you are.
Probably. Yeah. Actually, no, we never put it on the gun, did we?
Are you going to seize by force the magazine that's on the floor with everyone running